Hi, everybody. I'm Lisa Astley, the Inventors. Welcome to my podcast. Hi, everybody. I'm Lisa Astley, the Inventress. Welcome to our podcast. We are no average podcast. We talk about everything from concept to fruition when it comes to inventing and entrepreneurship. And we're a family-run business. And the podcast is with my daughter, Brittany, and myself, just talking about everything. Brittany, welcome. What's going on today?
Hey, Ma, nothing much.
What are you up to?
Work. It is December. It is the holiday season. And doing as much as I can while avoiding Christmas shopping for everybody else.
Well, you know what? There's online. There's online shopping.
I'm
it's
just
quick.
bad at doing it.
Yeah, you're great at doing it.
All right.
Yeah, you are. I've seen how you shop. You do it very quickly. You're very organized, very thorough. You make sure you check your list properly, right?
Probably twice.
Yep. Well, I'm excited about the holiday season. This is my favorite part of the year, Christmas. We had our wonderful Thanksgiving. That's right. Thanksgiving just passed, right?
Yeah, it did. We were full.
We had a full house. We had a blast. Oh, and way too much food, as always. I try to back it down every year, but it never really happens.
No. But the thing is, you usually forget to bring out a dish, but you brought everything out. Except what? No, you forgot the cranberry sauce.
I forgot the most important. Well, it's really the centerpiece.
It's a staple of Thanksgiving.
Yeah, it really is. But it was great. So what do you have planned? What's going on?
Nothing. Like I said, I'm working. As everyone knows, if you don't know, I work for a nonprofit for autism, and I book recreational events for families with autism. So it's all holiday stuff all the time, and it's fun. I love it. It's just very exhausting, but I wouldn't have it any other way.
Yeah, and you're the best person for it.
Thanks, Mommy. So what happened with you? I know you had your holiday party last week.
We did. We had a wonderful holiday party at River Rock. It was incredible. This is a wonderful restaurant in, it's actually Brick. I always thought it was Point Pleasant, but it's Brick, New Jersey. Amazing. Great music, great food, great company. All of our Aoe members, well, some of the members were there, and just had a blast. And we're now planning for our Aoe Conference, which is coming up Sunday, April 19th, 2020. I can't even believe that it's almost here. That's literally, 4 months away? It's around the corner.
Oh my God, that's weird.
December, January, February, March. Yeah, 4 months away.
It makes me sick.
4 months away. It's right here. So you will see it on Eventbrite. So buy your tickets now. Vendors are welcome, and we're going to have all kinds of food and
it's in Princeton at the DoubleTree Hotel.
Yep, Princeton, New Jersey. DoubleTree, phenomenal, beautiful, and you get a chocolate chip cookie when you walk in. That's what I love about the DoubleTree.
You get a cookie.
You get a chocolate chip cookie, and it's warm if you're early enough.
Wow.
So let's talk about what we talk about. So people who are just tuning in, who don't know who we are and what we do, we talk about products because I invent products and I help people to develop products. And each week we highlight a new a person who has an incredible product. And this week we're highlighting Dana Knowles, right?
Yes.
Dana has a product. It is a shower caddy. It's called the Shower Caddy.
The Hanging Shower Caddy.
The Hanging Shower Caddy. And she's going to be a guest on our show today, and she's going to talk all about how she put her product all over the place from Amazon, and I'll be helping her hopefully get her product on QVC or one of the shopping networks because it really needs to be there.
All right, well, let's just dive right in.
Yeah.
And here's Dana Knowles.
Hello, Dana. This is Lisa Astley and Brittany.
How are you?
Hi, I'm good. Hi, Lisa. Hi, Brittany.
Dana, welcome to our podcast.
Thank you.
Super excited to have you here.
I am excited to talk with you and share with you what I've been doing.
Yeah, let's talk about the Hanging Shower Caddy. Incredible idea.
Well, you should know. I believe you have one hanging in your shower, right?
I sure do, and I had guests, and they used it at Thanksgiving.
And did they like it?
They absolutely Loved
the convenience, it's just great. Everyone has their own toiletries, and since there's guests, there's not going to be a lot of space because it's your own personal bathroom with your stuff. It's great that they can have their own space. If razors, shaving cream,
And that's what's in it.
different soaps. Yes,
That's exactly what's in it. So Dana, I have to ask, why and when did you come up with this product?
Okay. So the why is the main reason that I invented the shower caddy to begin with was to stop the annoying shower curtain blowing in on me every time I got a shower.
Mm-hmm.
For years and years and years, I always thought it was some kind of draft coming from a window or underneath a door or whatever. And then I realized that what that draft is, it's actually the heat that rises from your shower, rolls out from the top, comes around. It doesn't have anywhere to go, so it goes back down to the bottom and then pushes the cool air in, and that's what blows your shower curtain in.
Well, I'm glad you clarified that, because that does
I never knew that.
all
I
the
was
time.
I'm like, what is this draft?
And it's on your skin, and
so
it's touching
your little science, lesson for the day.
101.
So
101.
it's some kind of air vortex thing, whatever. I don't know, but anyway, that's what that is. So about 7 years ago. And I had for years put the little, the wet washcloth, the bottles of shampoo on the front and the back and the middle, and it just drove me crazy forever. And so I was in, they say you come up with your best ideas while you're in the shower.
Yeah,
I was
always
literally in the shower, and I just looked down and I thought, there's just got to be, it's just like the word weight popped into my head. And I said, if I could put some weight there just to hold that shower curtain from blowing in, they make shower curtains with weights on them that really don't work very well. They make them with magnets, but if you don't have a metal tub anymore, who really ever does? Suction cups get all icky and goopy after a while. So I'm a seamstress, so the next day I came to work so excited, and I'm going to make this shower caddy, and I pulled out some old mesh fabric that I had, and I put a grommet in the top. I have a grommet little maker thing, and I put a grommet in the top, and I made a pocket in the bottom, and I went home that night, and I hung it on the shower curtain, and I put a bottle of, which is silly, I put a bottle of water in it. I don't know why I didn't put a bottle of shampoo in it. I look back and laugh at myself like, real smart.
You were in the inventing mode. No, you were just rolling with the flow. That's all.
I just wanted something weight.
Yes.
So I put it in the bottom pocket, and where I had the shower curtain hanging, where I had the shower caddy hanging, it stopped the water from blowing in. It stopped the curtain from blowing in. And I said, dang, that really works. So, of course, it was blown in the front and in the back, so I made a couple more. And then I used them for a little while, and then I thought, you know what, I got all this stuff lined up on the back of my tub. But I bet if I put more pockets in there the whole way up, that I could get all this stuff off the back of the tub, and, it would go in the pockets. And I did that. And so that was my first real kind of prototype. And I used that for a long time, and I made it more pretty, and I got better fabric, and I just played around with it for quite a while. I didn't know what I wanted to do with it, and then this was probably about 3 or 4 years I dabbled with, making the prototype better. And and I've always been an inventor. I've always invented stuff. I know that, Lisa, they had asked you in one of your podcasts about, have you always been an inventor? And you said, ever since you were a little girl. And I said, yes, that's me.
Yeah.
There's a problem. There's got to be a better way. We can fix it.
Well, I can hear that in your voice. I can hear that in your determination and your science also. Your science 101, but I could hear that you're very innovative. Your brain is constantly going, and we had a brief conversation over the phone, and I could hear it in everything that you say, even with the water. You just needed something to hold down the shower caddy, and that's the first thing that you grab because you're in that inventing mode, whatever it took.
Right. I just got to get some weight in there. Just grab anything. So anyway, like I said, I perfected it, the prototype, and I just didn't know what to do with it. I actually hired somebody to come to my store. I have a tuxedo rental business. That's my primary, 9-to-5 type job. And I hired somebody to come down and help me make prototypes of these shower caddies.
That's great.
And I looked at venturing it myself, and man, I know what it's like to have a business, and it's hard.
You have to be in it. You got to be in it.
I know.
It's all in.
You're married to it. And I just thought, you know what, I just don't want to do that. So I was making them myself, and I did get a provisional patent application filed with the, USPTO, and I dabbled around for a while, and then I found the wonderful world of licensing.
Mm-hmm.
That's
the best.
what I decided to do. And so there's a gentleman, his name is Stephen Key, and he wrote a book called One Simple Idea. Mm-hmm. And so through a series of, showing up, suiting up, showing up, meeting people, I met Stephen Key, and he wrote this book. And I thought, well, I'm not a big reader. I really don't want to read it.
Did you get it on tape? Or on,
I did.
Good.
I did.
There you go.
I got it
That's
on audio, and I listened to it once, and I just got it. Like, I thought, boy, this really makes sense. And so I listened to the book again, and then it clicked a little bit more. And I listened to it even a third time, and I said, this is something I can do. So and they even say, hey, you know what, you're probably not going to license your first idea. Just so this is going to be a learning curve for you, because I believe that, not everybody does it the first time, but I did. So hey,
well,
whatever.
you're very fortunate because it does not happen like that for everybody. It really doesn't. So for the listeners out there, because believe me, I'll have people calling me tomorrow. You are people calling and saying, I want to license my product, and there are steps to it. It's not just as simple as that. You were very fortunate. You also have a great product. You also have a great product. I mean, I have a lot of people who come to me with just ideas and think that their idea can be licensed. Without having a prototype, without having anything, without having a drawing. And that's not how it works. And you can attest to that because it does take some work. You have to show what the product is. You have to have proof of concept. And you did. You have a wonderful, wonderful product that I believe everybody needs in their shower.
And this has been a 4-year process. I came up with the idea, I'm going to say probably 7 years ago. Mm-hmm. And it was about 4 years ago, that I started saying, okay, I'm going to get serious about this. Mm-hmm. And that's when I started. And I studied for 6 or 8 months a year.
That's what I want to hear.
Made a move.
That's what the folks out there need to hear, because after you saying that whole, you license it right away and you're immediately, I'm going to hear it tomorrow. Yeah. She did it. Not even in, so I'm glad that you're talking about the time frame, because everything does take time. It takes studying. It takes perseverance. You have to stick with it, stick-to-itiveness. You have to know what you're talking about, know what you're doing. And usually you have an expert to help you, because no one knows how to delve into the world of inventing or licensing, without any knowledge. You have to read. You have to do your due diligence. You have to you call me the inventress, and so that you walk through the steps, or read Stephen Key. He's a wonderful guy, wonderful inventor, perfect person to take classes with, and I attest to that. Super smart.
Something that I did, though, I joined, and not everybody has the ability to do this, I joined the Inventors Network of the Capital Area in D.C. Now, I live in Martinsburg, West Virginia, so I'm driving to D.C. just once a month, but it's a good an hour and a half to an hour and 45 minutes for me to get there. And I met so many people just from networking.
Well, that's
getting
what it's
in
all
front
about.
of people, going to events, just showing up. Even when I didn't know anybody, I just showed up.
Even when you don't want to go,
I'm not going to just stand there in a corner.
That's right.
Twiddling my thumbs. And I started to meet people, going to the International Hardware Show, where I would meet companies and people. And after a while, people just, you do it enough, people just know who you are. And you're not I'm kind of crazy, but I'm not super crazy.
I love crazy. Crazy is awesome. I'm crazy too.
I'm also crazy, but I'm not certifiable crazy.
Well, no, I mean, you're not certifiable clearly because you made this product and you made it happen and you stuck with it. Inventors are crazy, awesomely crazy, and all over the place, and don't always stay on course. But you did. You stayed on course. You're still crazy. You're inventing other things, and you're licensing this. And that's tremendous. That's really amazing. And you're so right, Dana, about networking. And you have to come to our conference, by the way. It's coming up, as I said.
Absolutely.
You may not have heard. So coming up.
Good. Yep, I looked at at it. Yeah.
Okay, good. April 19th. You got to be there, and you're going to showcase your product. Brittany, I'm
You
sure
got it.
I think you have a question for Dana.
Yeah, Dana, this is amazing. You're like, I'm just flabbergasted because this is such a great product. It's like, why didn't I think of that?
It's one of those things. It's
But
one of those. That's right.
Yeah, that's a beautiful moment that clicked with you. Now you said you've had this idea. What you said, 7 years? You said.
Yep. Yeah.
And when did it actually hit? Like, when did you really introduce this to the retail market?
It was in, let's see, I'll give you a quick timeline here. So in March of 2018, I went to the International Housewares show to look for companies to license my idea to. Now, this was after I had already studied and learned the right things to say, the wrong things to say, what not to say, all that stuff, and how to approach companies and when to approach companies. And so that was in March of 2018. So 1 month later, in April of 2018, I contacted a company that I had met at the Housewares show. Mind you, I contacted so many companies. I actually do a presentation in front of Inventors group, so if there's anybody out there that wants me to come and do a presentation, I'd love to do it. But my presentation is called Company 53, and the reason it's called Company 53 is because I got 52 no's.
Wow.
Love it. I
and
love
my
that.
53rd company. Actually, I contacted probably about 84 companies, but 52 of them I actually talked to. They actually gave me a no, either verbally, LinkedIn, email, whatever. Company 53 said yes. So that was I contacted a company. The company is called Grande Fusion Housewares. They've been around for about 3.5 years. They're a fairly new company, medium-sized company, small to medium-sized. And I contacted them in April 2018. They got back in touch with me pretty much right away saying, hey, we like this product. Let's talk more. We talked back and forth. They wanted prototypes to send out for manufacturing quotes. In 2018 is when I signed the contract with them about the royalties that I would be getting and all the other, jibber jabber we got to talk about, all that other technical stuff. And then in 2019, the manufactured product was actually shown at the International Housewares Show in Chicago.
That's incredible.
In March of
That
this year.
is so giant.
And
it
the
really
feedback
is.
The feedback was good. It was good enough for them to move forward with it into full-blown factory production. They had to work on the packaging a little bit. I was in the mix with a lot of that stuff. A couple things that, like, they had me look at things and say, what do you think? And I said, you need to put this on the packaging, or how about this or that? So they really did ask me a lot of my input, which I really, appreciated, of course, because I know the product the best. It's my baby. I know my baby.
Well, that's how you know, Dana, that it's a good product a good company that you're working with, because they're including you. They're including you in the process. And everybody does not get that lucky. They're including you, and they're talking with you about the product because they know it's yours.
They are, and they're always.
And it belongs to you.
As much as possible, they're letting me know what's going on. Of course, I know I'm not the only product they're working on. They have a lot of products that they're bringing to market, so I have to, really have control about how many times I'm going to email them. Because if it was my way, I'd be calling them, "What's going on? What's going on?" What?
Every day.
Yeah, I'd be calling them every day, but I don't. Once every 10, 14 days, I shoot them on an email. Hey, why is this or why is that? I always have a lot of questions for them. But so it hit the market in October, just past October 2019, and the first. And of course, it hit on Amazon. That's where they're going to do their testing. Let's see what goes on there, because Amazon has a billion eyeballs on it.
Sure.
So it sold out in 3 days.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
That's incredible. And so the company that you used, they were the ones who put it on Amazon, correct? You didn't put that on.
Yes, I haven't done. They're doing all the heavy lifting.
That's wonderful.
And licensing, and this is what people say. Well, how much money did you have to invest in? How much money did you have to pay them to do it? And I said, I haven't paid them anything. I haven't given them a penny.
That's key.
That's
it really
key.
is. That's how you know they're an authentic, real company.
Yep.
You have a lot of companies out there who will ask you for, $5,000 or $10,000 up front. They'll license your product and give you 1% royalties. So, they're a great company. I've researched them already, or I would have said, please don't mention it on my show. But I have,
okay.
I
Yeah.
have,
No, they're a
no,
real
I
good
have
company,
researched, and they're a great company.
Right. Yeah, they are. And I mean, it's out there. It's not any big secret. And actually, it's funny because I talked to the owner and I said, hey, I'm going to be going on, because I'm talking about my product. I'm going to be going everywhere and screaming it about my products because I want everybody to know about it. I want everybody to buy it.
Mm-hmm.
And I asked them, is there, do you mind if I say your name? And they're like, no, talk about it as much as you want. Go for it. So, but it's a really good product. So it went on, it hit Amazon, sold out in a couple of days. The next batch that they sent to Amazon took them a day or so to get that there, and it's sold out as well.
That's wonderful.
And then the next batch that they sent to them, it hit the Amazon Choice. Amazon Choice. I don't know how that's all done with algorithms, and I don't understand all that much about it. But it hit Amazon's Choice, and then it was sold out within a couple of days. And now we're having a hard time. Yeah, we're having a hard time getting it back in stock, only because of the time of the year.
Right.
They're busy.
Right.
That theirs must be, from what I hear, there is a whole, pallet of shower caddies hanging out on the Amazon at the Amazon distribution center, stuck, waiting to get processed through to be available because they're, Amazon. It's all over the news. They're breaking records of the amount of sales and business they're doing this year for Christmas.
Oh, sure. That's the place now. I mean, that if you want to sell a product, that's where you go. 100%.
Yeah. And we had a catalog, pick it up. We had a catalog order. Amerimark is a catalog that
sure.
Many,
yep.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they picked up, they ordered 6,000. And that's a nice order for the first order. That's a pretty nice order.
Now, are you able to see each production that comes through? So you've had 3 different. You're not seeing it. You're not seeing.
I am not able to see it. But when you license something, the normal is that they're going to the normal contract is going to say something along the lines of, okay, hey, we're going to pay you somewhere between 3 to 8% royalty, and you're going to get paid that royalty every quarter. And with that royalty check comes a report. And that report is broken down: who bought what, where it's sold for, how much it's sold for. So there's a report that comes with that. So I'll know that. I won't know that until I get the report.
Right. So you don't get a prototype with each shipment.
No.
You don't get a sample of what's being.
No. I don't get any. I don't have anything to do with that. No.
Well, that's good. Your hands are clean. You don't have any work to do.
Yeah.
They're selling it for you. You don't have to be involved, and there's no better way to do business, as far as I'm concerned. If you're not involved, if you don't want to have your own business, licensing is the way to go.
Well, and it's too. It's great because I'm not doing any of the intricate details of making sure it's shipped, making sure what are the landing fees, what the landing costs, this, that, everything. I'm not worried about any of that stuff. I'll be getting a royalty check, a percentage of the wholesale price, which is great. I gave them all the power. Okay. And that's great because they have all the power and I don't have to do anything. But then again, I gave them all the power. So I'm sitting back here saying, what's going on, So,
right.
And the only thing that makes me feel better about it is that I know the company is a good company.
That's it. You've put it in good hands, and that's really what's important. That's really what's important.
Yes.
So what would you say to other inventors out there who have products? Like, what would your advice be to those who either want to invent something or have a company? Like, what is your advice?
Well, I would do what I did is get educated on what avenue you want to go down.
Mm-hmm.
If someone wants to license it, go to somebody who has licensed before and talk to them. Like, if you want to start your own company, go to somebody who started your own company and talk to them and find out the ins and outs of it all. Because it is hard to start your own company, and it is hard to get your product into stores if you only have one product. It's going to be very hard for a buyer at Bed Bath & Beyond to look at you.
That's right. Absolutely.
And go to the people who have been there. I've often said, if I want to go to Hawaii, I'm not going to go ask the guy sitting the bum on the corner, what's Hawaii like? I'm going to go to somebody who's been to Hawaii and say, what's Hawaii like?
Go to the exactly. Yep, absolutely.
And I think too many times people listen to their Uncle Joe or
Always.
the guy at work. You got to go get a patent on that. And I'm not saying patents aren't good, and I know you have a lot of them. Patents are great. I mean, and we chose not to get a patent on our product.
You know, you raise a very good point. It's not for everybody. You know, it really isn't. I mean, some products are not patentable. Some products are not necessarily patentable. And the first thing that people come to me and say is, I need a patent because somebody else said to them, you better patent that thing. You better patent that idea. Well, why does somebody else know about your product? Why are you telling your next door neighbor about your product in the first place? I say, keep it to yourself. Keep it, you know, under wraps. Do your non-disclosures. And so you have great advice for a lot of people. And thank you so much for being on our show, Brittany. I think
you're welcome.
You're a doll. I'm not wrapping up because I know Brittany's like chomping at the bit over there.
Yeah. I'm trying to.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm being so polite.
Well, thank you for Brittany for being polite today.
Yeah, today. So, Dana, you know, piggybacking off what my mom said about what advice you would give, but what if someone does not have the funds? Because it's not cheap to do everything, bring your product to market, licensing and all that. So say I had a very strict budget and I wanted to take my product to the next level. What do you recommend budget wise? How do you think I should go about with my product?
Well, I have to say that licensing is the perfect thing for somebody that doesn't have any money, because it doesn't cost anything to research anything on the internet. Because, you know, the 10-step program that I followed was I did a lot of that stuff myself. I researched the market myself. I got the names of companies myself. I hired, Fiverr or Upworks. You can hire somebody for very reasonable to do a sell sheet. I made my video myself on my iPhone. YouTube doesn't cost anything. I mean, I know that if somebody gave me a challenge to say, I want you to license this simple idea, of course it has to be a simple idea,
right,
but this simple idea for under $300, I bet I could do it.
You know what? You are so different from so many people. It's so crazy it's crazy to say it, but your mindset is so positive and driven. That's, a lot of people that are starting their business usually speak negatively. Like, oh, I'm doing this now. But I love how you are just constantly going up.
My favorite kind of client.
That's great.
My favorite kind of client. Now, in my business, I have about 15 steps to, literally getting your ideas, your business going from concept to fruition. And I take people through all of the steps gently. Because if you give them the whole ball of wax, if somebody just threw everything at you at one time, you'd be completely overwhelmed. Like you're saying, you learned, you took classes and all that stuff. And it's about taking the steps necessary to build what the product is, flesh it out, put your weights in there, put your bottle in there, put all of your shampoos in your like what you did, and test things out. It doesn't happen overnight. It is all learning. It's a learning curve. Everybody doesn't know all of the same things overnight. And it does take time. So your product didn't come out, one day and you got licensing the next day and you got it on Amazon. No. It does take steps.
I think, too, one thing that I would advise is I sit and talk with the inventors all the time. You know how it is. Your product comes out, and then everybody wants to come and talk to you about their idea. And I don't mind it. I'll sit here for 30 minutes and talk to somebody in my business or talk to them on the phone. But I have to say that some of them have such unrealistic expectations of what their product's going to make them or be. I do expect my product to bring in some money. I do. But I don't think that I'm going to be buying an island, living in a bazillion-dollar mansion.
Over time. Especially with licensing.
Okay.
Especially with licensing.
Maybe, who knows? I don't know. But I think the unrealistic, I see a lot of inventors that have unrealistic expectations.
Yes.
It's like, okay, keep your feet firmly planted on the ground, one step at a time.
It is.
And
it's
it'll
one
all
step at a time.
fall into place. And probably one of the most difficult things that was for me is how many times I wanted to quit.
You know what?
Because
But
it's
with
hard.
support, that's why you need support. That's why you always
Yeah.
need a support system, a support team, so that you don't. So many of
Yeah.
my clients have said to me, Lisa, if I did not have you as my support system and your team, I would have jumped out a long time ago. So our
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
team helps all of our clients to, we back them up. We give them the support, emotional support, because you need that too. It's not just
Right.
financial, it's emotional support that you need to walk through it. It
I
sounds
think more
exciting in the
emotional
beginning,
support
right?
than anything.
It is. It is more emotional support. And just letting them think, just like you said, letting them know that your product it's happening. You want to call the company every 5 minutes, but you can't. So for a company like mine, we're a very small business, but we're family oriented. We make people feel comfortable in the process that it's coming, and we shoot them notes and let them know it's coming. We're in process, and it's all going to work out. And that's all people need to hear sometimes. And I'm sure you feel the same way.
Yeah, yeah.
You just
I know
need to
that
know.
if I wouldn't have had my inventing family, which is my members of my the Inventors Network in the capital area there in D.C., who I went every month. Every month, I always felt this older gentleman would come. I haven't seen him in a long time, but he would come and he would say, "I come here every month to get my batteries recharged."
That's
That's
great.
right.
really like
you do.
that.
You need a jump start.
I did, and so when I did a presentation at our inventors group in August, and I said, this is my my joy that I'm sharing with you, but please, everybody, this is yours as much because you've helped
Yes.
me to achieve this goal.
Yes, absolutely.
So whether they knew it or not, they were a big part, as well as my husband and my son, and all those people that when I would say, "This what am I doing? I'm stupid. I shouldn't be doing this. This is ridiculous."
Yeah,
and my
you can't do
husband
it
would
on
say,
your own.
"No, this is a good idea. Do it." And then I had, of course, I did study under Stephen, Key, and of course, like him, he has a program, and there's a fee for that. But I looked at it like it was no more than an average probably a college course.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you know what?
know?
So listen, we love your product. We love your story. We want you to. You're going to be our product pick of the week this week. So
Oh yay!
let's do a commercial.
Yeah, let's do a commercial.
Let's do a commercial.
Okay.
How would you present your product? You're going to do the commercial.
Yes,
And
you're going to
be
do
our
it.
product pick of
You're
the
going to
week.
sell it.
Sell it.
Like it's like a 30-second commercial.
Let's sell it, Dana.
Well, the age-old problem of the shower curtain blowing, I just call it plain annoying. And what about all that stuff that's cluttered in your shower? Well, I have a solution for that. It's called the Hanging Shower Caddy. It'll stop your shower curtain from blowing in and hide all your stuff. You don't want them to see your stuff, do you?
That was great. Nobody could have done it like
of a
that.
minute video.
That was
a shorter
great.
version of a video of a minute one I used to do.
That was great. You didn't rehearse that at all. That was.
No, I did. I did. You know what? I rehearsed it a long time ago. I haven't said it for a long time.
Well, there you go.
Yeah,
That's
don't call them the
great.
shower curtain blow.
We put you on the spot. That was perfect.
That was awesome, Dana. So where can and you said Amazon, they're out, but Grand Fusion Housewares?
Grand Fusion Housewares. Now, you can go on Amazon and you can get them, but they're fulfilled by merchants, so they're not Prime eligible right now until they get back in stock. But you can get them on Amazon. It's Grand Fusion Fabric Hanging Shower Caddy. There's a billion shower caddies on there, so they're not coming up to the top of the page just because they're, I don't know, it's a whole Amazon thing. I don't know. But
That's fine. That's great.
Yeah.
And you also have a Facebook page too.
I do. It's called the Hanging Shower Caddy and Stuff.
That's great. And stuff.
And more. I'm sorry, and more.
And
the
more.
Hanging Shower Caddy
Okay.
and more.
So before we wrap up, Dana, as you know, I love doing this with everyone that we interview. The 3 questions that I'm going to ask random. So you ready?
Yeah.
Okay. Who would play you in a movie?
Oh, shoot. Oh, my gosh. I don't know. I know you ask these questions, too. Why aren't I prepared? Oh, my gosh. No, I can. Meryl Streep.
Love it.
Nice. Okay. What would the name of your movie be?
It's a long title. Shoot. Well-behaved women.
Well-behaved women?
No, yeah. Well-behaved women rarely make history.
Nice.
Very
That's
good.
nice. I'm picturing it went from novel to silver screen.
Yes.
That's awesome. Okay, last question. If you were stranded on a deserted island and you could only have one person with you, and it could not be a significant other or a spouse, or sorry, a family member, who would it be?
Oh, dang. Shoot.
The person could be living or dead, anybody.
Probably Melinda Gates.
Wow. That's good. Never heard that. I like that answer. That was good. And I love the Meryl Streep answer too. That's amazing.
Yeah, she's
Powerful
amazing.
actress.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Well, Dana, you are a powerful person. This is great.
No, you don't have to shorten it. That's a great title.
It's good.
Love the title.
I love it.
You own it, honey. It's your title. I would trademark that.
Okay. I told my husband I wanted it on my tombstone, and that plays more. The older I get, the more I kind of tend to be like, oh, I don't care anymore.
Right.
You know. Yeah.
Well, it's been a pleasure having you on our show, and definitely have to have you back. And
Wonderful.
So repeat one more time before you leave how people can get a hold of your product. One more time.
Okay, so if you go to GrandeFusionHousewares.com or Amazon, of course, and it would be Grand Fusion Fabric Hanging Shower Caddy. I believe that's what it is. So that's where it would be.
Well, we'll find it, and they'll find. We already have it. We have it. We love it. We absolutely love it. We are using it.
Thank you.
And Brittany's taking it to her house, as she says to me.
I am. I can't wait to use it. I love organization, even though my room is a mess. I love organizing everything else.
I love it too, because the thing that I love about it the most is that there's some things you only use in the shower every once in a while.
Yes.
And you don't, and if you don't always have them in the shower, and then you're like, oh, I really want to use that scrub, and it's way over there. Mm-hmm. You got to get out of the shower. So that's what I really like about it. So
convenience.
Thank you so much.
Convenience. Yes.
Thank you so much, Dana. All right, we will talk soon.
And Brittany, if you need any tips on picking out tuxedos for your guys, give me a call. I'll let you.
Oh, great! Absolutely. Thank you so much.
Okay, you're welcome.
Thanks,
Thank
Dana.
you so much.
Have a wonderful evening. You take care.
Okay, you too.
Okay,
bye-bye.
bye-bye. So, Brittany, that was a great interview. I loved hearing all about her product, how she started. Dana Knowles, she's an inventor, a wonderful inventor.
She is.
With a fantastic product. Loved it.
It's so good. It was so simple, and it's just great. Anyone can use it.
I loved her energy. I loved her focus, her perseverance, and that's exactly what it takes to invent a product. When my clients come to me for the first time, prospective clients, that's the first thing I say to them. If you're going to go into inventing a product, I've been doing it for over 35 years, and it takes guts, it takes determination, as I say all the time. And you got to be in it. You have to be in it. And she's 100% in it. Dana's 100% into her product and selling it. And it took time for her to do it. So when you're inventing, know that there are steps. I can help you with all of the steps from concept to fruition, and the right way. Help you the right way. And so that's what I'm talking about when it comes to inventing. Just doing it the right way and taking the proper steps to do it.
And if you ever want to reach out to my mother, the website is inventingatoz.com, inventingatoz.com. If you want to have a consultation or anything, you want to bring your product to QVC, anything like that, like she said, concept to fruition, go to inventingatoz.com. You can also find Lisa on Facebook under Lisa Ask Elise, YouTube, she has her own YouTube channel, type in Lisa Ask Elise, Twitter, all of it. Same as Instagram, The Inventress. Email us if you feel like you would love to be a part of our podcast. Talk to us about your invention. Make sure it's patented or licensed, that you can divulge your information.
Non-disclosure is
Non-disclosure,
fine.
Yep.
Before they do that, any patents, you just have a non-disclosure agreement, or I can give you one.
Absolutely.
You don't have to be patented.
Just email us, theinventresspodcast@gmail.com. Or if you have any questions for us on the podcast, how's my wedding planning going? Or how is Lisa's hair so shiny? I don't know, anything and everything. So you can listen to us wherever you're listening to your podcast, whether it be Spotify, Google Play, Stitcher, iHeartRadio, Apple Podcasts. We're here for you. We love doing this every time. And don't forget the next Aoe Conference, the Association of Women Inventors and Entrepreneurs. It is April 19th, 2020. It is a Sunday at the DoubleTree Hotel in Princeton, New Jersey. Go to inventingAtoZ.com for more information. It's going to be an amazing day. Beautiful people, powerful speakers, and most importantly, I'm going to be there.
They're going to be flocking to buy tickets just to hear you speak.
I know.
That's for sure.
I
that
know.
we know.
It's going to be great. All right, Mom.
Listen, guys, thank you so much for listening. Continue lifting each other up 2 hands at a time. And sometimes you got to use that foot. Until next time, peace.